Welcome back to Let's Play Nier Automata. Look, I'm running out of names. You may be wondering why I'm still standing in the exact same place we ended the previous one, this being exactly where we finished the race against the Speed Star, and that's because of that right there. You may remember Emil mentioned that he lived at the very bottom of a very deep cave. You go deeper and deeper until you can't go any deeper, and then you go deeper. And I also mentioned that I need to grind, and that's why we're going here. Now, I'm probably not going to grind out too much. Maybe get myself up to the early 30s, 32, 33 or so. But if you find this elevator, it's in kind of an out-of-the-way spot, not something you're ever directed to going. You'll find this elevator that takes you down, where you'll find a number of level 40. Hey, camera, do you mind? Now, level 40, these guys are not to be trifled with. Especially the guys in the air that are shooting when I'm trying to kill this guy on the ground, if you don't mind. Now, at level 40, these guys are going to give a pretty decent amount of experience. Though there is potentially... I'm getting tired of your crap. There is potentially an even better place to grind. But I'm going to worry about that in a moment, because I want to show y'all this place. I hate that I can't punch you. I also went to the trouble of getting myself just a few titanium alloys to upgrade my punchers. Oh, hey, another titanium alloy. Well, that makes me feel good about that grinding I did. So I now have enough. I haven't done it yet, but I now have enough to upgrade my punchers to one more step. Now, honest to goodness, one of the most annoying things that I find while I'm fighting, like when I'm really doing the back and forth, is the counterattack. It's the ranged counterattack that you do. Just the way that I go off the ranged button in order to dodge. Just the way that I let off the shoot button to dodge and then immediately go back to the shoot button, timed perfectly to do the dodge, or timed perfectly to do the counterattack. And I've been told that there's a melee counterattack, not that I've ever been able to get the timing down for that, which is weird considering I can't not get the timing down for the range counterattack. So, whenever I've been getting into the harsher fights like that, I've been getting more into, I've been holding the controller in a different way. Where I now have my middle finger on the shoot button and my index finger on the dodge button. This is a little bit uncomfortable to control, but it does let me just go to town. The only problem is if I do it for a really long time, my hand gets really tired really fast. So a couple fancy things down here, chests, items, meteorite, and then a big ol' cavern. I'm still not sure if you can glide forever. Okay, with that guy over... Oh boy. Did I get all the exploders? Yeah, so those were tiny exploders. All the tiny exploders. Guys that just charge at you screaming. The tiny ones, I don't know if they scream as audibly, which almost makes them worse. They do blink, though, which is nice in a darkened cave. Hey, machine head. Hey, rude! Okay, I'm gonna have to kill this guy. But I'm not getting anywhere near him when he does this. So he still has the armor around him, so you gotta jump up, you gotta break your armor, that way your ranged attack works. It's off his arms, I'd like it off his body. Oh geez, I didn't know you had a shockwave. That's rude. There we go. And then just a little bit more to whittle him down. A lot of unit data is in here because these guys are the red striped ones. They're like dark colored with red stripes. Usually this is that coloring and some of the attacks they use are reserved for the higher end enemies. At least the higher end enemies that you'll find in A-Path. I don't know a lot about what you'll find in later path. Oh, it's Crazy McGee! Thankfully, Crazy McGee's not that bad. So there's like one last big open room here, and then we get to go down even further. Oh, this place has got the dogs. This place has got the dogs. Remember the, Remember the moose robot that we fought? Yeah, these are regular enemy versions of them, and they're still like level 40. So even though the fight won't last as long as it did against the one against Moose Guy, ow, they're still very, very dangerous. Oh, that auto heal is nice. Is that it for in here? Nope, there's a chest. Memory alloy. Alright, I guess that's it for this small nook. Not a lot in here, other than some guys we just murdered the crap out of. So back into... So back out here. There's a couple guys down here. Well, he's gone. Now, the range guys are annoying, but they're not like that big a threat. I'm mostly worried about this guy. Because he actually decides to come in and melee me. These guys still not that big a threat, but since it's really hard to punch them, still kind of a pain. Auto heal +2, nice. Getting some higher end chips. Oh my goodness, there's tight. Oh, now I feel so bad. I spent so long farming titanium alloy, doing this one weird, stupid thing where I found a group of enemies that would drop it, and I killed them all, and loaded my save, and killed them all again for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, trying to get 2 titanium alloys. So there's water below me. So that was only a little dangerous. Doesn't look like there's any more platforms to jump down to. Except that I just went the wrong way. I landed on land somehow. Another auto heal +2. Some nice ones. So we have what appears to be a kind of branching path here, but it's not actually that branching. They kind of loop around and then rejoin right on the other side of this giant pillar here. So out there in the middle of the void, you do see a... That's not Crazy McGee, but he's unhappy. No, I don't care about you. I care about Crazy McGee. Okay, there, I ticked him off. With any luck, that means he'll come over this way. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So this still dangerous, very dangerous, especially because it's going to take forever and a half to kill him. Because I don't think I'm actually hurting him, like, most of the time. Gotta catch the right angle on him. There we go, that's some damage. I don't know where his head is right now, but it's probably closing in on trying to kill me pretty bad. There we go. Okay, so there's kind of a ledge here. Why did I turn my light off? There's kind of a ledge here. And down that ledge is a bunch of guys. So that's where we're going next. Down the ledge to kill a bunch of guys. That looked a little bit crazy. That is... It's kind of Moose Guy. It's like Moose Guy, but he's standing upright. Still very dangerous. If I could kill standing upright Moose Guy, things would go a lot easier. There we go. These little guys aren't so bad. It's when they start introducing the later game guys. Okay, I killed them all, killed them all, killed them all. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait. Then you'll come down eventually, and then I'll run up and punch you. That's your 2 arms. Now I can shoot him. And I can punch him. This guy has a lot of very dangerous attacks. Quit doing that! Holy crap! Do you even, like, do anything with this? Or do you just kind of hover around? Because it's generally not a very useful move. Okay, so he died back over this way. And we can continue on as the chasm narrows and find a door. I'll get back to that. Oh my goodness, Crazy Twirls McGee. You're not just... You're like worse than Crazy McGee. Because you do that stupid driving around in a circle move. That you can't dodge through. Holy crap. I'm gonna use an item. Oh my goodness, I hate that stupid twirl! Sit your butt down! I don't know where Crazy McGee is. Oh, Crazy McGee must have died. There's more than one Crazy McGee in this game. Oh, that guy is the worst, though! Especially in the dark, in cramped spaces. Okay, so the final guys. The two Guardians. So you shoot their shields to get the electricity off their shields. Then you punch them a lot to get them to drop their shields. Then you kind of can't see where you're going for a little bit. That's fine. Then once you can go to town on them. Things get crazy if you're not locked onto them. I think I'm going the wrong way. Things get crazy if you're not locked onto them, so I advise just locking onto them.
Hypothesis. This is the residence of the inscrutable life form known as Emil.
We found it. This is it. He lives pretty lightly, all things considered. Looks almost like he's setting up a shop. If anybody'd ever come down here. Looks like that's just an opening up to the air. Now, one thing that you may notice is that there is an item over here. If I try to grab this item, our pod says the resident of this place would not appreciate theft. This is true. If you do take this item, next time you speak to Emil, he'll say there has been a theft at his home, so he beefed up security. If you then come back, you get to fight Emil. This is one of two ways in the game that you can fight him. I will not be doing either, because at least in a route, it's kind of unreasonable to get a ludicrously high level, and you need a ludicrously high level in order to fight him. Should I ever, at some point in the future, decide to do routes B and C, I will likely do this then. But for now, I'll just leave Emil at peace. Wrong button. So with that said, let's get the crap out. You may recall we saw a door just out this way. Once we got to this big opening here, the door was on the left, was it? Or did I miss it? It's much easier to see when you're... There it is. Going in than when you're going out. And this elevator takes us very near the top. Takes us very near the top, where we merely have to go over here to find the other elevator that will take us out entirely. That elevator, before you got to the bottom, was redded out, so you had to fight your way down there once. Now this was not actually where I was going to go to grind. This is a pretty good place to grind, but I wanted to try my luck at a different place. A place that it's got some personal meaning to me, and by personal meaning I mean it has tormented me horribly in the past, and I'd like to show it what for. So there we are, we're back out. So I saved before coming here, but I had mentioned prior that this is a death hole. And at the level I was at the time, about 12 or so, it was very much a death hole. At 31, it's still kind of a death hole. But, with any luck, it's a death hole that we can farm in. I suppose this is where I will leave you for the moment, as I just kind of chill in here for a little while and engross myself in combat.